Okay, so we're going to talk today about how to graph a piecewise function. So you see I already have a function chosen. So the first thing that we're going to do is, our goal is to graph all of this on the same graph. So the first thing I'm going to do is set up my graph. Whoops. I'm not sure what's happening. Let's just try that again. Okay. And I'm going to count by ones on each axis. Okay, so if we look at this, let's highlight this. So we're going to look at two graphs. We're going to have our blue graph right here, and then we'll call this other one our purple graph. And then let's pay attention, we'll call this part over here our boundary, and we'll pay attention to this yellow part at the very end. So first thing I'm going to do is graph each line. So here on my first one, this is just like graphing a line, y equals mx plus b. So in my blue graph, my m is equal to 3 over 1, and my b is equal to -4. Oops, that looks funny. Try that again. My b is equal to -4. Okay, so that means I start at -4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here. And I go my slope, which is up 3. 1, 2, 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. I'm also going to go backwards. 1, 2, 3, left 1. And for some reason that doesn't write down there. So, okay, and I connect these with my line. Like so. Okay, so there's my blue graph. On my purple graph, I know that my m is equal to -1/2. My b is equal to 1. So that means I'm going to start at 1 here, and my slope is -1/2. I'm going to go down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. I'm also going to go up 1, left 2, up 1, left 2, so I can get a good line in. Okay, so the next thing I said we were going to pay attention to was our boundary. So basically what this means is I'm going to look here, and what I want to do is I'm only going to look at part of each one of these lines. So you want to think of it as, if you're looking through a window, you can see, part of the outside, and if you choose a different window, you can see a different part of the outside. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of using this as a window, and I'm saying this is where I want to look at my graph. So x is equal to 2 is my border. So I'm just going to draw this in to kind of give myself some guidelines. So let's look at my blue line first. My blue line says that x has to be less than 2. So if my guideline is 2, my line is not perfectly straight here. At this point right here is where my blue line hits my boundary. And they're saying if I want x to be smaller than 2, anything that's bigger than 2, I don't want the blue line on anymore. So I'm just going to erase it. Okay, now for my purple line, at x equals 2, that occurs right here. And they're saying I only want anything that's bigger than 2. So anything that's smaller than 2, I'm going to erase. And then I'm going to get rid of my boundary here. Okay, now if you'll notice my lines, notice how my purple line has a colored in dot and my blue line has kind of like an open circle. That's because of this right here where it says less than, because it's not equal to. At the blue line, I'm not including 2 in my part of my graph. In my purple line, I am including 2 here, so that I'm doing this as a closed circle. The reason this happens is because if there was both closed circles on here, this would not be a function. So that's how I graph my piecewise function.